Hey guys, I'm Mohit from Thenika. Welcome to this Fusion tutorial. Today we'll look at creating this nice looking lower third. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, let's add a background node. Drag it to the viewer. Change the color to white. We'll also need a like symbol. If you don't have this symbol, you can always use the polygon tool to create the shape. Load it. Loader. Like. Open. Drag this to this viewer. Fit. I want this symbol to have white color, so let me connect the output of this symbol to the effect mask of this background. This is not the desired result, so let me add a bitmap mask. Connect the output of this to the background input of the bitmap mask and connect the output of this to the effect mask. Now we have a new problem. The top and bottom is cropped. So let me select this background and change the resolution. Go to image 1920 by 1920. This is exactly what was expected. Let me go ahead and rename this background node F2 symbol. Next we need a square around our symbol, so we'll add one more background node. To that I'll add a rectangle mask. Drag this to the viewer. I'm going to change the color of this background to red. Something like that. Next I'll select this rectangle and make it a square. So I'll go to this width and give it a 0.3 value. I also want to animate the opacity of this square. So let me copy this, Ctrl C and Ctrl V to paste. Selecting this rectangle, we'll go to the paint mode and select subtract. Now if we move this around, we can see the square behind it. Ctrl Z. I'll also rename this background node. So press F2, call this square. Connect the output of this to this. A new merge node will be added. Let's drag this to the viewer. I'm going to hide this for a bit by clicking on this button. Let's adjust the size of this symbol. So select the merge, change the size. Something like that will be good. And let's activate this rectangle back. Set the timeline to 50 frames. Selecting this rectangle at 0, I'll right click on the center and animate. Go to frame number 8 and drag this up like that. Now if you play, this is what we get. Let's go into the spline editor, select the displacement, fit, select the keys, press F to flat, press T on the keyboard, set this value to 70 and this one to 50. Let's play it now. Let's go ahead and animate the symbol as well. So select the merge node. First of all, I want the symbol to be facing the other side. So I'll click on flip horizontal. Next, I'll go to maybe frame number 7 and set a key for size and angle. Let's go to frame 0, increase the size like so much. And let's also rotate it slightly like that. Maybe at frame 4, let's also rotate it slightly opposite side. Go to the spline editor, fit, select all the keyframes, hit F to flat, select angle, fit, select this keyframe and I'll push it slightly up. What I'm going to do is hold Ctrl and hit the arrow key up to move the keyframe slightly up, or down key for down, or if you want to move a keyframe frame by frame, you can use the left and right arrow keys. Control will give you precise movements. Go back to the flow. Let's see what we have. Let's select all these nodes, go to tools, flow, underlay. For now, let's keep it aside and continue. To create the rest of the lower third, let me go ahead and add another background node. Drag this to this viewer. Change the color to white. To that, I'll add a Polygon Mask. Previously you have seen me use a rectangle mask and a subtracted copy to create the same effect, but this time let me go ahead and use a polygon mask. So let's create a rectangle using this. Click, holding shift, let me click over here so that I get a straight line. Again, holding shift, I'll click over here and over here. Close the polygon mask. This is probably not straight, so I'll zoom in, select this point, holding Control, I'll just use the arrow key for the adjustment. Take your time to make it straight. Fit, I'm going to select both of these, Ctrl G to group, press F2 to rename and call it block 1. Open the group. Let's select the polygon and maybe at 24 I'll right click over here and set a key. And maybe at frame 8 select these points and holding shift move it over. Hold Control for precise movement. Let's make it disappear completely. Fit. Right click, set a key. Now if we animate, this is what we get. So let's go into the spline editor, select the polyline, fit, select the keys, press F to flat, press T on keyboard, select this keyframe, set this value to 70 and this one to 50. So now if you see, this is what we get. Let's close this. Give it a white color. Right click, color, set tile color, white. Next I'm going to copy this block 4 times. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V and Ctrl V. Connect the output of this block to this, output of this to this, this to this and this to this. Drag this to the viewer, open this one, change the color of the background to red, this color. Close that, open this one, select the background, change the color to red. Just for visibility purpose, let's select these two and set their colors to red. Next, I'm going to select the second block, go to the spline editor, select the keys, click over this button. When it reaches T offset, let's set a value of 5. Select the third one, go to the spline editor, select the keys, set this value to 10. Select the next block, go to spline editor, select the keys and set this value to 15. The next, go to the spline editor, select the keys and again make it 20. So we are giving 5 frames offset for each block. So now if I drag this to the viewer and play it, this is what we get. I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and add the text as well. So shift space bar, text plus node, drag this here, add the text, like and subscribe. Maybe change the font. There. Let's connect the text to this, drag this over here, give it a different color, shading 0.2. Yeah. Select this merge, drag this down over here. Let's increase the size like so and put it over here. Right now if you see, the text is on top of all these blocks. I want it to be below all these 4 blocks and only on top of this one. So I'll connect the output of this one to the effect mask of the merge. So now if I play, I'll have the desired result. There. Okay, select all these blocks, tools, flow, underlay. Now let's merge these 2 blocks. So I'll just drag this over here, zoom in, connect the output of this to this, drag this over here. Let's select this merge node and decrease the size, something like that. Let's see. Little more, like so much. Drag this over here, and for this let's add a transform node, drag it over here and move it this side, like so. So if you play it now, yes, that's good. Let me do one more small thing, that is select this merge and at frame 42 set a key for the center. Maybe at 16, I'll pull that down like so much. Go to the spline editor and smooth. Press F to flat. Maybe make this value 70. Yeah. Let's play it now. Yes, that slight movement of the text just adds. Next, we need to add those lines over here. So I'll copy these, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, connect the output of this to this, drag it over here. To this, I'll add a transform node, select use size and aspect so we get X and Y value, reduce the Y value like so much, drag it over here. Go this side, yeah, maybe a little bit more, yes. Next, I'm going to select this merge node and drag the red up, like so. Fit. Let's play it now. Right now, we have animation only for one side. We need this to go back to 0 as well. So, if I open this, select the polygon, go to spline editor, select the polygon. We have one single key for 4 points on this polygon. So it would be difficult to do an animation where we are animating all the 4 points at different frames. So I'll go back to the flow, and what I'm going to do now is open this polygon, right click over here and remove polygon. So what that will do is take off any animation from that shape. So I'll go back to the flow, go into the viewer, select all the 4 points, shift P to publish. What that will do is give us an X and Y value for all the 4 points on the polygon. So if I go and right click over here and hit animate, now if I go to the spline editor, you can see that I have one key for just that one point. But again, in this case it's fine because we are moving only in X axis. If we were animating both in X and Y axis, in that case, we have one key for X and Y. It would still be complicated. So to solve that issue, I'll undo this. Right click over here. Instead of hitting on animate, I'll go to modify with XY path. Now that will give us an X and Y value. So let me do that for all the other points. Modify with XY path. Same over here. XY path. Okay. For these lines too, I want the same animation as the strips. So I know that the animation ends at 24. So I'll just go into spline editor, select the polygon, select all the keys and set the value to 24. So all the keys moves to 24. Go to the flow. We have 4 points on this polygon. This is point 0, this is point 1, point 2 and 0.3. So I'll go to 8, frame number 8. What I want is, I want these 2 points over here so that the animation starts from there. So I'll go to frame 8 and copy this value, 0.0 value, and paste it over here for 0.1. Same thing, I'm going to copy 0.3 value and paste it over here. So I copied only the x values because we are moving only in the x axis. So if I play this, this is what we get. Select the polygon, go to the spline editor, select this and this. Hit F on keyboard to flat, delete this keyframe, fit, select these, hit T on keyboard and set this value to 70 as earlier. And for this one, I'm going to set the value to 50. So if I play now, nice. Next, I'll go to frame 19. I'm going to copy these values for this. So I'll copy 0.2 x value, Ctrl C to copy and paste it over here, enter. And copy this one, paste it over here, set a key and set a key over here. Go to frame 36, copy the x value of 0.1 and paste it over here. Copy the value of 0.2 and paste it over here. Go to the spline editor, select x value of 0.0 and 0.3. Fit, select these. I don't want a key at 24, so I'll delete that. Select these 2 points, hit F to flat, select this, set a value of 70 and here set a value of 50. So now if I play, this is what we get. What I'm going to do next is delete this red block, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Open this, select the background, and for this background I'm going to select this red color. Connect this to the foreground of this merge. Select this one, go to the spline editor, fit, select all the keyframes, click on this, set a value of 5. So now if I play this, this is what we get. I'll copy this to the bottom as well. So copy all these nodes, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, connect this to this, drag this into the viewer and move it down. Now select this merge and move it down, like so, and move this whole thing slightly up, like that. Just to give it slight offset, I'll select both of these, go to the spline editor, fit, select all the keys and move 2 frames forward. Let's play it now. This is what we get. So far so good. We're almost done with it. But we'll also need the lower third to reverse back. So let's group all of these. Ctrl G. Rename this as forward. Copy that. Paste it. Rename this as reverse. Now this is still animating forward. What we need is to reverse this. So let's go into the spline editor. We'll need more frames in the timeline. So I'll just set it to 125. 125. Click on all. Fit. Zoom in. Let me select all the keyframes. I want the reverse animation after frame 60, not before it. So let me keep the playhead at 60 and click on this button till it reaches scale, T scale. Instead of 1, here I'm going to give it a value -1. Press enter and the whole animation is reversed. The scale happens with respect to the playhead. That's why it was important to keep it at 60. If I would have kept it at 0, it would have gone in the other direction. So let's go to the flow, drag this to the viewer, play it. See, we have the reverse animation. Let's go ahead and mix these two together. What I need is for this to be active till frame 60 and this after 60. So instead of using a merge node, I'll use a switch fuse, shift spacebar switch. Okay. Connect this to the foreground, drag this to the viewer. At frame 60, let's keep this value to 2. Right click, animate, and at 61, let's pull it back to 1. So till 60, this is active, and after 60, this is active. So let's play it once again. I don't really like the speed of the reverse, so I'll probably change the speed of this. I can easily go ahead and add a tool, time speed. But what that will do is literally change the speed of the whole animation. But what I want is for the reverse animation to start fast and then end slowly. So I'll just select this time stretcher. Okay. Disconnect this. Connect this to this one and this over here. This time stretcher node works with respect to the frames. So let's see from where to where the animation is happening for the reverse. That's from frame number 76 to 120. So let's go to 76, select this one, and for the source time I'm going to set this as 76. That is 76 for 76th frame. And we also know that the animation goes on till 120. So what I'm going to do is squeeze this whole animation. So instead of 120, I'm going to maybe go to 110 and set this value to 120. So at 110, we are reaching the value of 120. Right now it is acting same as a time speed node where it is squeezing the animation between these two frames. If I just scrub through this, we can already see that it looks weird over here. So instead of this blend, I'm going to select nearest and that problem is solved. What I need is probably at 87, I'm going to set this value to 105. So from 76 to 105, it's going to be fast and then slow from there. Let's go to the spline editor, F to flat, Shift A to smooth this, press T and increase this value to 50. And let's see now. Yes, that's nice. So let's play it all together. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Do press the like button and leave a comment below. Share on your social media platforms and please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.